Hello. Alright, gonna get started. I will switch over to the game. Here I am, logged in. Oh, I haven't set myself to busy yet. There we go. Nice. Now, yeah. We got this MSQ to do. We got to go speak with this guy in Costa del Sol. However, one thing that we gotta do is the new Valentine's event. So I'm just gonna go do that first so that I stay caught up with my Valentine's events. The other thing I want to do is because I've been continuing to do that method of ranking up or getting seals for the Grand Company by buying the things to turn in for my crafters. So I now have enough seals to rank up again, and this time I believe I'm going to unlock expert deliveries. So then I'll show you what expert deliveries is and why it's kind of awesome to get it. So let's see. Now I'm going to apply for a promotion. And it's just 6,000 seals. I have 9,000, so I have enough. Confirm. I'm Serpent Sergeant 2nd class. Alright. Now you are eligible to undertake expert delivery missions. Go forth and do that which brings peace to the Twelveswood. Hooray! So the expert delivery missions, what they are is you go to undertake supply and provisioning, and now you have this tab called expert delivery. And it's just all that gear that has the colors on it you can turn in for a certain amount of seals. And you can see on the side here how much each one is worth. So these start to add up after a while. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn in everything that's not like related to what we're doing. So for example, this paladin sword, turn it in. Oh, getting some lag. Yeah, I'm sending 0 right now. Not sure what's going on. Well, in any case, you can turn all that stuff in for seals, so we'll just wait until my signal comes back here. It'll either come back or I'll get kicked out of the game. So we'll just wait. I want to go. I want to turn all my stuff in and do the Valentine's quest. The Valentine's quest gives us a really cute gear set. Alright, anytime now. It's still sending 0. Wonder what the heck is going on. Well, I see our internet is not out, so it's something to do with the game or my computer. The last time I know it was because my computer needed updates. But this time, I'm not so sure about that. Move mouse around. Move people around. So this is sending now. Do I need to reset the game again? Okay, I'll tell you what. I will put it on a break screen. And I will deal with restarting the game. And hopefully this won't become a habit for this type of thing. I don't see anything on my computer saying it needs updates, so I'm not sure what's going on. But we'll log back into the game and just fire everything back up. And hopefully that will clear it up. the security token. Alright, and we are logging back in. Go ahead and set it back to the game screen, because we're just waiting for the queue now. And then she'll log back in. And then we'll try this again. And hopefully the same thing doesn't happen. Last time I remember I needed to switch areas, so maybe what I'll do is I'll go do the Valentine's event and we'll come back to this. Alright, so here I am. We're gonna go do the Valentine's event. Hopefully we'll have better luck with that. Gotta go to Mikato's amphitheater. And the Valentine's event is here. It's just this quest here, so you just gotta pick up the quest and do the quest. As dawnlight kisses skies above, so too eternal gleams my love. Though dusk may drown the world in grey, the night shall taste... Why, hello there! You, my dear adventurer, have the unmistakable gleam of a woman who would champion the cause of love, of Valentine's Day. If you have a moment, I should be much obliged to hear your thoughts upon a certain matter of the heart. Of my heart, to be precise. You see, my sister Astrid has been demanding to lead the celebrations this year. Yet while her enthusiasm does her credit, I simply cannot shirk my responsibilities as head emissary of Ardor. No matter what I say, she refuses to budge on the matter, but perhaps she would listen to reason if it came from an impartial party, and such a charming one at that. So I beg you, will you not try to talk some sense into her? Nod, and here we go into a cutscene. I heard what my sister told you, but I simply must be allowed to oversee the festivities this year. I have my reasons. Lisette herself has a love, yet she devotes all her time and energy to the happiness of others when she should be focusing on her own. I must confess, I didn't always approve of my sister's choice of partner. With his lowly upbringing, I had believed Hortense didn't deserve her. But through my work as an emissary, I've come to realize that such things as birth and station matter not, so long as there is love. And you should be embracing this occasion to foster that love instead of worrying about others. Look here, Astrid. I appreciate your concern. I do. The reputation of House Valentine hinges on the success of these celebrations. As lady of the house, I've labored to ensure that everything has gone smoothly, year in and year out. Failure is not an option. You understand this, yes? I know this full well, sister, and I won't fail us. I even have the assistance of our new emissary in training. What do you think, adventurer? Let's see. I say leave it to Astrid. And I'll help. Well, no, who am I to turn away an offer of help from such a charming adventurer? Yes, with your good self watching over Astrid, I believe I can entrust this year's celebration to her with an easy heart. I hereby leave our legacy in your hands. So long as you stay true to your heart, you will surely do us proud. And even should something go awry, fret not, there is little I cannot fix with my indubitable charms. Right then. I suppose I'll go and embrace the spirit of the season. Phew, with Lisette gone, we may finally begin our work. Speaking of which, I must immediately impose upon you. Originally, I was meant to make the rounds with Emily, our new recruit, to advertise the event we shall be hosting later on. However, now that I have officially assumed my sister's responsibilities, I am required to stay here at her post. Might you accompany Emily in my stead? Thank you. Pray wait a moment while I fetch her. Ahem. In Love's fine season, our task is 1. To spread gay tidings to all, and 1. Allow me to present our new apprentice of affection. Yes, well, the dress is quite a departure from my usual attire, but if I am to follow in Lisette's footsteps, I naturally must adopt her lovely image. Nice to meet you, adventurer. My name is Emily, and it will be my pleasure to advertise the festivities together. Let Emily know when you are ready to fly forth on the wings of ardor and spread the word of our happy congregation. And I am simply amazed. Astrid has changed. Alright. Let's talk to Emily. Shall we be off then? This being my first time promoting an event, I'm not certain how to start talking to strangers. May I ask you to take the lead? Thank you. I'll be sure to observe you closely. Now then, shall we first head to the Leatherworkers Guild? I dare say some folks there will be interested in our event. Emily is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Emily behind by entering a different area or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Emily accompany you again, return and speak with her at the original location. So that's just if you accidentally get rid of her somehow. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. So these mechanics were just introduced with Endwalker, with the NPCs following you. So you don't see them much throughout the rest of the main story quests until you get to Endwalker, but now they've started doing them in the events too. So it's kind of cool. They've incorporated these new things. Little glowing spot. Now you can talk to Emily. Discuss Valentine's Day. Look, you can just see the amphitheater from here. I simply love Valentine's Day. The soft colors, the hearts, the adorable costumes. I'm so glad I found the courage to ask Lisette if I could become an emissary. It's nothing short of a dream come true. Yay. Alright. Looks like I'm early. Wonder if there's anything to do to pass the time. So you can either say this one or this one. Now, what would Kit say? Come and celebrate Valentine's Day with us. Cheerful and to the point, that I can do. Valentine's Day celebrations are being held at Miketo's amphitheater. There will be costumes and merrymaking and a special congregation wherein participants profess their love. Please join us if you have the time. Well, no, that doesn't sound like fun. I'll head over at once. My thanks for letting me know. That went well. Let's keep up the good work. Next, let's head to the Shaded Bower, on the way to the markets. Oh, and I shall try taking the lead this time. Your example was most inspiring. Right, so we don't have to talk to her again through this little circle. You can just keep going. And up to the markets over here. If you ever get lost, you can just check the map. And you'll see, like, the orange is where the quest continues, and these little bubbles are where you can talk to Emily. So this is one of them. Discuss gifts. There's no shortage of Valentine's gifts to choose from at the markets. By all accounts, the most popular chocolate is from the Bismarck. Are you planning to give a special someone a gift too? Assuming you have the skills, they say nothing can phase your feelings quite like chocolates you made yourself. And if you're thinking flowers, a red azalea rose never fails to please. Kit has no one right now, but thank you for reminding her. Ah, nothing feels so fine as finishing up a good day's work. Come and celebrate Valentine's Day with us. We are hosting Valentine's Day celebrations at the Mikato's Amphitheater. Come join us for refreshments, costumes, and a special event wherein participants proclaim their affections. A handsome invitation from a handsome lass. How could I refuse? I'll bring my wife, too. She loves her festivals. Wonderful! We look forward to seeing you there. Handsome. If anything, I wanted to be winsome. I'll just have to try harder next time, I suppose. Well, let's make our way through the ebony stalls into the center's eye. Let's be on our way. Come along, Emily. And here is the latest conversation point. This is my brother-in-law's shop. He proposed to my sister on Valentine's Day, and they've been inseparable ever since. Aw, that's cute. Cutscene. A very good evening to you, miss. Do you not simply adore this sweet season of ardor and affection? Oh, you're one of the Valentine's Day people, I take it. Indeed I am. Over at Mikato's Amphitheater, we are hosting a delightful event with gorgeous costumes to try on and an opportunity to speak of love to your heart's content. Well now, what a passionate and dashing emissary you are. Thank you for the invitation, and good luck with the festivities. Dashing? I know it was said in kindness, but I just... No, this is no time to complain, not when Astrid's trying so hard to do her sister proud. She was hesitant about the dress, said that such attire doesn't become her, but she donned it anyway in order to be like Lisette, and she positively shines in it, don't you think? It was to help her shine even brighter that I decided to wear this suit. I believed it would serve to provide contrast when we're side by side on stage. But this simply isn't me. I've always preferred to look ladylike, adorable, and being called handsome and dashing reminds me of how far from myself I am right now. I need to persevere, I know this. This isn't the time to be selfish, and yet... Here we go. I don't think having preferences is selfish. It's not indeed. Truly, then perhaps I will speak with Astrid about it. I'll need a moment to gather my thoughts, but let's meet back at the amphitheater shortly. It's all about being who you are, being true to who you are. That's a very good message. So here we are at the end of the quest line. Green check mark. Ah, there you are. I tried gathering my thoughts, but I still don't know how I should broach the subject with Astrid. Nevertheless, I'm determined to speak with her and would be grateful for your presence. I will help, of course. My presence helps everything. Aw, poor Astrid. She looks so sad. Welcome back, my messengers of messages. How fared your efforts? Oh, splendidly. We met many souls eager to celebrate the season of love. But if I may, there's something I wish to discuss with you. Later, perhaps. You're looking a little pale, Astrid. Are you feeling well? Oh, fret not, Emily. I'm simply blanched with anticipation for today's most lovely events. Piqued with pleasure, as it were. Weak with, I mean. Oh, who am I fooling? The truth is, people have been bombarding me with compliments on my appearance. Every second person says I look sweet or adorable, and it's been positively exhausting. As a daughter of nobility, I know I ought to desire such praise. Beauty and grace are highly commendable virtues in our circles, after all. But one day I met a knight, a fellow daughter of a noble house, and I found myself drawn to her strength and gallantry. Our famous ancestor, Countess Arabelle, was also a skilled warrior, you know. Alas, I've never had the physical disposition for such a rigorous calling. And although I find comfort in incorporating the spirit of chivalry into my guise and mannerisms, if I'm to be an emissary worthy of succeeding Lisette, I must accept the attire that comes with the position and set aside my own preferences. Here we go. Embracing one's own preferences is also an expression of love. Self-love. It may be said that to prefer is to love. Still, as an emissary, I can't allow my personal concerns to interfere with duty. Ahem. Astrid, I know your feelings all too well, for I have them too, though in reverse to you. I find it uplifting to be called sweet or adorable, yet I feel anything but in this handsome suit. As emissaries of love, our duty is to help people embrace their hearts. But how are we to do this if we don't embrace our own? If we don't love ourselves and pursue our own happiness? You're right, Emily. You're absolutely right. There I was, chiding Lisette for ignoring her own happiness, yet here I am, guilty of doing the very same thing. In order to become a great emissary like my sister, I had believed that I needed to emulate her completely, but that isn't the case. No, as my sister herself advised, I need to stay true to my heart. Only then can I hope to become the best emissary that I can be. Were it not for your encouragement, Astrid and I might have continued to be miserable, trying to be something we're not. Thank you for helping us to be true to ourselves. Of course. Come, Emily, let us trade outfits at once. Luckily, they're the same size. Small ones. Hooray! Oh, there's Lisette. Just so. To succeed someone doesn't mean you have to imitate them. Now that Astrid has learned this, she's truly ready to take over the Valentillon legacy. Which means we can start considering our future in earnest. Among other things, I still need to pay my respects to your family. Yes, we'll get around to it soon enough. Ishgard wasn't built in a day, you know. Wonder what the story is there. We don't address it in this year's event, so maybe it'll be next year's event. She seemed a little nervous about him coming on to her family. Ooh, frilled emissaries. Coppa. Okay, so I have access to the Valentillon Ceremonies instance. It's designed for a party of 2. I haven't done this in ages, so I can do it if you guys would like to see it. But that is the end of this year's event, actually. There's a couple more things that we can do. First of all, I'm going to go over to the vendor here, and I am going to buy the emote, which is eating the Valentine's chocolate. And I'm going to buy the opposite gender set of this gear, because I think they're going to ungender lock it, and then I might be able to use those pieces. So I'm just going to buy all of them. Bottoms. Yes, bottoms. And boots, because it gives me, it already gives me a set of female gear because I'm playing a female character. So what I want to do is I want to just buy the male gear, and I'm going to toss it in the armoire because it all goes in the armoire. And I'll just keep it, and that way I don't have to pick it up again later if I decide I want to use the pieces when they ungender lock them, which they probably just didn't do because they didn't have enough time. So anyways, it's fine. I'm assuming they didn't do it because they just didn't have enough time. Because they're pretty good about ungender locking things. But let's get this gear. So it gives us a whole set of this gear. I'm going to actually put it in the armoire, and I'm going to put it on a glamour plate and wear it for a little while because it's really, really cute. You can see it here. Emily is wearing it. Astrid was wearing it, but now Emily is wearing it. And yeah, it's a really, really cute outfit. I'm not as fond of the hat, so I might leave the hat out of it, but the rest of it is super freaking cute, so I'm probably going to use it. Alright, but if you talk to Emily, she will say that the day's crowning event is about to begin. Adventurer from all walks will speak of their greatest love while dressed in the latest Valentine fashions. You're staying to watch, of course. Stay. Okay, and so you have these options here with for what you can pick, and you can watch all of them. You can just keep talking to Emily and watch all of them. So that's what we'll do, is just see all of them. There's a few more options if you're a little further along in the story. However, we are not anywhere near that. Please give a warm welcome to Gridania's own Mother Mion and Fufusha. Tell us what inspired you to participate in today's event. I thought I'd use this opportunity to advertise the Adventurers Guild, which operates at the Carline Canopy. To those seeking adventure or a scrumptious eel pie, look no further. And I'm here representing the Botanist Guild. We hope to cultivate a fondness of flora in one and all. There's no better way to express one's love than in the company of like-minded friends. Please share with us what it is that you love. Well, I can't speak of love without mentioning tea. Whether I'm enjoying a cup or brewing a pot for a weary soul, tea brings me joy like little else. We serve only the finest tea at the Carline Canopy, and I hope you'll all come and try some. There's a drop for every taste. To that I can attest, though admittedly my own adoration lies more with the leaves than the beverage. Be it herbs or fruit and flowers, it's my passion and purpose to understand nature's bounty for the benefit of both mankind and the star. Very nice, very nice. Well now, if tea and flowers aren't absolutely perfect for this season of doting, I invite you to seek out the Carline Canopy and the Botanist Guild to treat yourself and your loved ones. Thank you, Mother Mion and Fufusha. Yay! That was cute. Now let's have a look at the next one. So that's just, she says the same thing every time, so. Now we'll look at the soul of wood and a great oak in the making. We welcome to the stage two Gridanian mainstays, Timbermaster Beaton and young Nikolai. Tell us what inspired you to participate in today's event. This should be evident. I desire to share my wood with the world. Oh, My. I'm here with old the Timber Master, to keep watch over him, I suppose. Oh, but I'm also hoping to find more younglings to play with us in the Acorn Orchard. So hail to new friends and, timber enthusiasts. Lovely. Without further ado then, what is it that you love? Your quarry is simple, but how does one aptly describe the fire kindled within a carpenter's breast at the sight of a quarter-cleft plank? The thrill of taking hardwood in hand, stroking it end to end, feeling every knot and grain against your fingertips. No words could do such euphoria justice. I wish you hadn't put words to it as it is. What he's saying is, wood is great. As for me, I love all my friends, as well as the carpenters who build our play equipment. That includes the Timber Master, of course. And I just nod. All the wood euphemisms went completely over my fucking head. Marvelous! Those with a love of wood, the Carpenters Guild has what you desire, and more. And young ones who wish to play, don't be shy. Run along to the Acorn Orchard and get to know Nicolay. Thank you for joining us. There's one more to watch. Ahaha, it's these two. May I have a warm welcome for Lisette de Valentillon and her beloved Sir Hortenfons? Tell us, what inspired you to participate in today's event? Well, I could hardly forgo this splendid production of ardor and affection hosted by my very own emissaries of love. Precisely. We are here to support you, and I suppose I'd like to profess my passions a little as well. How romantic! You have our audience captivated already. Tell us about your love. Well, my love, my angel is. Oh, how am I to aptly summarize such feelings? Ever since my darling Lisette, my goddess, first descended upon me as I lay collapsed amongst the pillowed drifts, I knew that I could never love another. Even now, when she gathers me into her milky arms, What are you saying such embarrassing things out loud? And what's even worse is... I don't dislike it. When you bare your heart to me like that, it makes me think of all I'd like to bear in return. Oh my. And we seem to be out of time. Perhaps these two love doves can continue their conversation somewhere private. Thank you very much. Valentine's Day is a day for expressing love indeed. So this event doesn't come along that often, so I'll just try and do the event with a random person. And we'll see how it goes. I haven't done this in ages, so I might screw up a little bit. We'll see what happens. I hope this poor person who gets matched with me doesn't regret it. If anyone gets matched with me. Alright. We'll just wait. We'll wait for a little while, and if there's no match, then we'll just stop. Because it goes across all the servers in the data center, but Dynamis is still a fairly new data center, so there might not be a whole heck of a lot of people doing the event right now. And I'm not sure what you actually get out of doing the event. Like, I think it's just there so that people can do it if they want to, but I don't think it gives you any rewards. So in that case, you know, there's not going to be as many people wanting to do it, so yeah, that's probably why we're not getting matched up immediately. Well, we'll give it until, say, 1 minute and 30 seconds. and we'll see. Also, the people who wanted to do this might have already done it on the first day the event came out, because it did come out a few days ago. So, it just might be that nobody's doing it now. Which is, it's too bad I can't show you it, but maybe next time I'll see if I can get a friend to come to the Dynamis Data Center and do the event with me, and we'll just party up ahead of time and go on in and do it. The event still goes until the 15th, so today's the 4th, so there's definitely enough time to do it. Okay, that's 1 minute and 40 seconds, so we're just gonna withdraw. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go make a glamour plate out of the new event gear that we got. So that's fun. And then I'll go and try and turn that gear in for seals like I was doing before, and hopefully the game doesn't crash again. That was just weird. Very, very weird. I hope it doesn't happen again. Hopefully it was just a little blip. Here we are. Okay, so you don't have to put it in the glamour dresser. You can put everything into the armoire. They all go into the your armory chest. So here's the Valentine stuff. You can just put all of it into the armory. And legs and feet, the bottoms, and the boots. And that's it. There were only 4 pieces per set. So now what we can do is we can create another glamour plate. So let's first put on the gear. Oh, we're all the way to the side over here. That's no good. There we go. So let's open up the armoire, and it's tab 4 for the Valentine stuff. So here's the Valentine ruffled dress. I don't have any gloves for this, so we'll put on the Valentine culottes and the Valentine dress boots. Oh, look how cute I look! Aren't I adorable? So now we'll open up the glamour dresser, and we'll see what I have for gloves. What probably I'll do is I'll just use the Emperor's new gloves. And for a headpiece, well, should I dye the gear? Maybe I should dye the gear so that I'm not wearing the default colors. Something to think about, but for right now, what I think I'll do is I'll put on this hat, because this hat kind of goes with it. It's got the same sort of look and feel. Alright, am I using... No, I'm not using any special earrings, so we're just going to put all the... We'll set all the jewelry pieces to not be on there. And save. And then this glamour plate is ready to go. Unless we decide we want to dye the gear, which we might. But for right now, I'll leave it at the default. And now Kit is all decked out in the Valentine gear. So we're going to play around in this gear for a little while, until the Valentine event ends at least. And then we'll see after that. The other thing to note is these culottes have shorts attached to them, so they're tights and shorts, which is kind of cute. It depends on what kind of glam you're making, I suppose, but anyways, so I'm not, I can't show off my panties. I'm wearing tights and shorts. That's a good thing. No panty shots. Alright, in any case, we can probably get back to the main story quest now. So we'll go ahead and return to Lem's Lemon side. I'm no longer set to busy. There we go. Probably because I queued up for that instance, but that's okay. So we'll go down to the Fisherman's Guild, because go to Costa del Sol, the cheapest way is to go by boat. ferry skipper, and we want passage to Costa del Sol. It only costs 40 gil. It's much cheaper than teleporting. Anyways, I'm going to zoom all the way out. That's much better. And my chocobo's with me. Hooray! Okay, let's go talk to Wayscout. Waysgate. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce Roman names. I'm terrible with that. Waysgate. Let's say that. Pardon, you wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending on us. You fancy yourselves heroes then, just like in the tales. Don't I look like a hero, man? I'm dressed in full Valentine gear. I'm an adventurer. Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's Heilfire and lived. She is blessed with a power that protects her from primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks, and we have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you, but I will not send you into Ogomaro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Geguru's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Ogomaro. Poor Y'shtola. She's frustrated. Though it pains me to admit, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to beat Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Heh, very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa hangs in the balance. Thanks, Y'shtola. Hopefully your preparations are, like, real and not completely made up just so we can do this shit alone. That would never happen, right? Westgate would like to verify you are not a complete fraud. Master Geguruju's requests can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Okay. Can do, buddy. I think it's like over here. Oop. You can swim in these waters too, so if you jump in on your mount and it's too deep, your mount will go away and you'll be swimming. So that's what I was trying to avoid. So we put down the herring. And then we have to go to the destination and the Nyx will pop out. Oh, right. I should summon Carbuncle. There we go. Won't be very useful without Carbuncle. the Nyx. This guy does the pull-in move, as you saw. Anyway, yeah, we slayed the Nyx, so let's go talk to what's-his-face. This guy making us do all these chores. You know, I'm not feeling very charitable right now. He's gonna make us do more chores too. I already know this. Sigh. Dude, I'm the future warrior of light. This is not necessary. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? Here's your Nyx leg. Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as benefits your talents. Alright. 2 highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gegeruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gegeruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so Kit, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with suitable wine, and by suitable I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. Thanks, buddy. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landinel at Camp Tranquil. What? Did you mean to tell me you cannot afford to waste... Do you mean to tell me you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Yep, you are wasting my time. You are indeed wasting my time. I'm going to go to Gridania, so it's a cheaper teleport to the South Shroud. Because I'm cheap like that. Alright, now we can teleport to the South Shroud, because we've already unlocked that teleport from earlier. And we can talk to Landinal. The reason I'm not spending any of my teleport tokens is because I know there are more expensive teleports coming in the later parts of the story. So I'm waiting. Do you require assistance, adventurer? Oh, so this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Kit. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? Ha, you amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Oh yay, I'm level 47. Getting close to level 50. Let me be clear. This business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent in the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them, it was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are by and large an unforgiving lot. Ditto here being a rare exception. She's just like, okay. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heaven-spiller. Okay. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in a nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will be surely attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Kit. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in this swamp. Says you. This is easy peasy stuff that you guys are getting me to do. Also remember, if you're doing this quest and you find it's a lot harder than I make it look, remember that I'm level 47 and these quests are probably, let's see, level 30. So that would explain why. Oh, whoops, that's a different quest. It goes up that way. Oh boy. What is that quest, actually? Oh, the house that Death built. Right, I forgot to pick that up. Alright, here's the Adamantoise egg, and then we're gonna fight the Adamantoise. Yeah, anyways, if you have your Chocobo with you, and you have all your abilities up to this point, you should still be able to do this at level 30. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. You basically just attack this guy until he's dead. And then don't forget to pick up the Adamantoise egg. There we go. And now we go back to Landalo, and I'm just gonna teleport because even though I'm cheap, I'm also lazy. Landalo, I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end. Here's your egg, bitch. Ha 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 ha! Such bravery, such recklessness. This will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Uod Noon. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Kit. Alright, let's go talk to the Uod Noon. 420, haha, blaze it. We're here. There's a fate going on, which I'm going to ignore because it doesn't really matter. And here's Uod Noon. State your business, adventurer. Ha ha ha. So this is the one Waiskit sends me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive no aid from me. Hey, we gotta pick some poopy materia to pick up. I'm gonna pick the critical hit. Okay. Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. Seen your share of battle, there's no mistaking that. And you did manage to obtain that Adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The Noon I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am Noon. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills, instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, the pragmatic. That is why I claimed my position, and it is why I still hold it. And it is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned for his strength and his guile. To even face this Amalja in battle, you must find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test, to draw out and defeat a veteran. For this I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You'll have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior and bring to me his necklace. Okay. Luckily, you don't have to figure it out. The quest tells you what to do. Go to this spot here. You're going to use the spear to lure that guy out. So basically, we're going to put the spear down, and we're going to wait in hiding for him to come out. And that is going to make us a cunning warrior. Ho ho ho, so cunning. We are so smart, oh so smart. Smart. Alright. Okay. So here's where we put down the spear. Now we wait in hiding. And here he comes. And there he goes. And we are good. Alright, let's just teleport back. It's this way. Oh no, this way. Here we are. All these houses look the same. Alright. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? Here's your necklace. It is a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear? It belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Hehehe, either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredients you seek. Good. So it looks like we already have this Velveteen Blood, which would be the item for us. So I will take the silver pieces. And let's talk to him again. He's finally willing to tell you... Oh, it looks like these gloves are going to be better than what we have, though. Finally willing to tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point in dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Welwick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but Welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures of the Sigoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There is an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map along with the location where Welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. I will be fine. Thanks for your concern. Alright, let's go kill us an angler first. That's not one of the ones we want. Those are like special ones. We need to go get the ones over here. Here we go. Angler. When I heard too, so we might as well kill it. We've already got our corpse, but hey, whatever. He was mad. Let's go this way. There's our spot. We're going to be putting down this carcass. And then we're going to go over here and wait. There he is. There. He's dead. Okay, back to the frickin' Forgotten Springs. Talk to this dude again. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? Here's the Welwick worm meat. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Kit. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Viscat. Worry not, you will have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Viscat Council. Ah, but hold a moment. Since you'll be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him for me. So we're gonna take these. I'm going to equip them. And then I'm going to glam over them. And good. Okay. He would like me to deliver a gift to Viscat. Captain was always fond of his brandy wine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Viscat was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Kit. Okay, so we're going back to Viscat, and I'm just going to return to Limselminsa and take the boat. Alright. Fisherman's Guild. And boat. Well met, Kit. Landinel and Uodunoon both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? Here's some brandy wine. Ah, my favorite. I shall have to thank the Noon personally. Now you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Aldenard this time to obtain it. This hose is not as good as what I've got. And those are Disciple of War, so we'll just take the money. Viscat. He's gonna tell us about the final ingredient. Truth be told, I never intended you to collect this last ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago, she sent word that there's been some trouble at the long stop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls docks and speak with Ozun Nazan. He will direct you to Raincatcher Gully, where Brayflox and her people have made their home. Okay, so for this one, we have to go up and talk to these people. So we're gonna have to go to the ferry docks. We can't just teleport, unfortunately. I mean, we could, but we'd still have to go to the ferry docks, so this is pointless. So let's just head on up. Alrighty. We gotta go up. Up, up, up. Towards the ferry docks. All this is just busy work. It's nonsense. We need to fight Titan. Urgh. What's the hurry, Venturer? Something happened over at the Gobby settlement? I don't know why you're eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. I mean, I might as well take the ferry, skipper. Yep, Fort Gale, let's go! So now we're going over here. The things we do for cheese. Doop doop boo. Go across here, over to the other side, because it's just up here. Along this pathway here. And talk to Brayflox Altox. Tongue flaps of advice get be reaching ears of Brayflox. Uplanders come for tasty, fresh gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander deep in Longstop. Flighty beast chased Gobbyflock from homes. Gobbyflock needs goodly Uplander to give safety to Longstop with much hand-lending. Brayflox Longstop is now accessible. Yep, it's a dungeon. So we are here at the dungeon. We are going to use the duty support again. And go in with these fellas. And my level 47 summoner. It's all good. Anyways, ready. Jargon. Oh, look at his little pointed hat. The little vomiter. Alright. Oh, I haven't set up my adventurer plate for this character. Should do that one of these days. So both those guys hate me, but he'll eventually get hate on both of them. Yep, there he goes. So now we can just attack them. Looks like they're focusing on the painted colibri first. They're a little too far apart to effectively AoE, so. And there's only two of them. Okay, let's continue. This time there's 3 of them, so hopefully the tank keeps them close together. Looks like they're nice and close together. And I can just do all my AoEs. All my AoEs, I say. I don't have that many skills in here. That's okay though. Okay, so next thing you have to do, this dungeon is a little tricky because you have to do a few things to get through it. You have to talk to this Gobby Pathfinder. Gobby flock in danger. Uplander take gate key. Open head gate. Okay, so we've got to get the key from him. Otherwise you can't go any further than this gate over here. Alright, you gotta be a little bit closer. There we go. Oh, yeah. Now we can attack these guys. Oh, I was close enough to get poisoned. Shouldn't be standing all that close. The Thaumaturge was the only one who avoided the poison. It doesn't do all that much damage. I don't even think that guy Asuna did. Alright. So you go up and you talk to this Longstop head gate and unlock it with the key. And here's the first boss. Okay. So here you want to AoE to get rid of the initial guys, these violet backs. You'll see your guys are attacking them too. But they'll attack them one by one. You can just AoE them. And now you attack this guy. Numbing breath, you definitely want to get out of your tank. It will paralyze you. But otherwise, it's fairly straightforward. These violet backs are going to come out and they're going to attack. And you can just AoE them again. Get rid of them. And then you continue attacking the same guy, and it's just over and over again. And that's basically this fight. Slow with trust, but that's okay. Because if you were with the party, you probably would have killed it by now. People are a little bit more efficient than trusts are. Well, I keep calling them trusts. They're duty support. Trust was the original name used for them, and it's still a name used for above level 70 content. So the trusts are basically like you have a group of NPCs at level 70 that you can level up, and that's what the trust system is. The duty support system is you can use these NPCs, but you don't really level them up, and they're not really used for much else. They're just kind of there for you. I'm just gonna try and kill this yellow pelican. There we go, and everything's over. And we got some Hora, which is pugilist weapon, so it's not useful. Moving right along. Okay, so here it's like, it's kind of open, big open room. We kill this first Mudgeast, and he will, the goblin will drop a chest for us. And it kind of shows you that if you go around and you kill these guys, the goblins will give you treasure coffers. And you can get things like the rogue's ring. But you can also just go straight through without saving any of the goblins. And that is the quickest way to go, and that is the way most parties will go, but it's up to you when you go to do this with your duty support if you want to do it that way, or if you want to do it through the goblins. So there's just a couple of extra paths to go down if you decide to go save the goblins. And you can kind of see them to the on the mini-map up there, downward, pointing downward. Those are the paths you can go down. But because we're doing this right now just to get through the main story quest, we're just gonna avoid those paths and we're gonna go straight for the boss. That way we can get through the dungeon a little bit faster. But I will show you where those paths are. You can see them just below us on the mini map. And there's one more that's like kind of above us. See these little paths here? You see the goblins down there? Yeah. If you go down there, then the things will start attacking, and you can also go up here. But the boss is right over here. You can just go straight to the boss. And then the cycle starts. So this guy, the first little bit is your basic tank and spank. It doesn't really get much different than that, but you'll get another enemy popping in here in a short while. The Brave Blocks and the Temple BS. If you're tanking, you can try to grab it. It can't be evoked off of Brave Blocks at first, but eventually you will get it. And see, now our tank has picked it up. And now we start attacking this thing. I recommend just single targeting it down. It'll go faster that way. That's what the trusts are doing. There's only 2 enemies on the field. Usually the rule is if there are 3 or more enemies, you AoE. But in this case there's only 2, so I wouldn't bother. Let the trust finish that one off. Pardon me. Yeah. Now we can continue killing this guy. When Brave Block says that, boom, gobby boom, she's gonna go over to somebody and put down, she's a present for kindly Uplander. She puts down a bomb and it attracts the dragon in. It does damage to the dragon, but it also, the dragon will come up and use its fire breath on you, so it's kind of like, oh great, you want to get out of the way. Gobby boom. Present for kindly Uplander. She's gonna do it to the healer this time. Okay, we're almost done with this fight. This guy's gonna die soon. We have a limit break. I should have used the limit break. Oh well. Save it for the next boss. Got a Battle Mage's hat. Ooh, that's probably better than what I'm wearing, actually. I won't put it on right now because otherwise my gear set will be messed up and, you know, I must look my best fashionable, yes. So, we're just gonna continue on. I'll put all this stuff on afterwards when I get to another sanctuary. Okay, so in the swamp, we gotta kill these guys along the path. There are, again, other paths you can go down. You can get treasure chests in those paths. But I don't recommend doing them unless you really want to explore and you want to make sure that you can map out everything. Because we won't get mapping the realm by just going through here like this. There's a whole other area over here that we're not going to bother going to. You'll see. Okay, let's continue onward. So here, if you wanted to be the completionist, you can go up this path over there, and it'll take you to where that little area is with the chest. So you could go and you could cross this river and go up there, but we're not going to bother. So that basically means that area will not be covered on your map. So if you care about mapping the realm, then you probably want to do it. That is one of those eye attacks, but it's in front of him. It was in a cone in front of him. So you put down the telegraph there. Usually when you see those eye markers, you want to look away. But in this case, it was just in that cone in front of him, so it was not really a big deal. Okay, onward to the next boss. So for this boss, you don't want to stay you don't want to you don't want to stray too far from your healer, but you do want to be a little bit spread out because he will cast those giant circles on you. And that way you can avoid hitting anybody else if you're not standing near them. See the Conjurer and the Thaumaturge both got hit by that, even though it was aimed at the Conjurer. So I would say just stay a little ways away from your people, but make sure you're within range of the healers. Okay, so this mechanic puts a queer bubble on you. You can attack the bubble, and the rest of your teammates should help you attack the bubble so that you can get out of it, because it puts a dot on you, and it makes it so you can't move. So you definitely don't want to be stuck in the bubble. Okay, so there's the bubble again. We're going to attack it, and we're going to free our healer. Once you get this guy down to a certain point, something will happen. We'll see right after we get through this queer bubble, because we should be able to take him down far enough. Oh, look at that! Dragon comes down and basically eats him. Now we're fighting the dragon. Only for a little while though. You can only take this guy down so far and then he's gonna fly away. But this gives you a little taste, because he's actually the final boss. And you have to wait until he goes completely away before you get your treasure chest. There it is. Infantry skirt. Not for us. Let's continue. All right. Do-do-do. Come on, tank. Get in there. Okay, there's a wandering guy. So he'll come back and he'll probably aggro me because that's just how these dungeons work. Everything's like defaults to the player most of the time. Not all the mechanics, but a lot of the enemies will default to attacking you, and some of the mechanics will default to you. But fortunately, not all of them. In any case, the tank picked him up right away. That was good. Okay, once again, there's a path that goes down there, and you can go down there and you can fight more enemies and you can get a treasure coffer. However, I am not going to do that. I'm just going to continue on because past these two, Ash Drake and BS, we have the final boss. So we're going to get there and we're going to kick his ass. Let us be on our way. Go through this gate and up this tunnel. And here be the boss. He won't fly away from you. Just kill him. Kill him. Come on, guy. Go get him. There we are. Okay, so he puts on these puddles. The puddles will expand. So you want to stay far away from them. See what I mean? Giant AoE circles. But now we can go away from him. And then he does that, and unfortunately I'm not sure if these guys can get out. Oh, they did. They got out of the way. Beautiful. Good job, guys. That's the tank buster. You put the poison on the tank. If you're a healer, you gotta watch out for that. You want to cleanse it as soon as possible. So he's doing his toxic vomit thing again. So he's doing 2 sets of it. So you want to stay near this one first. And then you run into the spots where this one was. To avoid the other one. Fairly basic stuff. Obviously don't do that. Doing his thing again. And again, you just gotta wait for those ones to go off and then move into where they were. If you're not certain about it, also when you're in here, you can follow the duty support people around. But while you're doing that, it just makes it's just really good practice to try and see what the mechanic is actually doing and how they're avoiding it. because then you'll understand, you'll be able to do the dungeon yourself if you get it in the Duty Finder. And we have a limit break, so I'm gonna, after this mechanic, I'm gonna go ahead and use the limit break. Just drop that there. It didn't do very much. And I'm level 48 now. Nice. And that guy is dead. Yay. So happy. Okay, now we can take our treasure, which is a globe, which we don't need. That's okay. We got a piece of gear. We got Battle Mage's Krakos, which is actually good for us. So, and it looks like some of our gear can have materia extracted from it. So just do that, and then we'll continue on. Talk to Brayflox. Goodly Uplander has thanks of Gobbyflock. Flighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Brayflox happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Jesus, stinky sweet gobby treat. Special make with secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby gouda. Brayflox every day, every say. So really stinky cheese. Stinky cheese. Deliver the goods to Whiskat. And this time we're just going to teleport to him because it's only 100 gil. And once we get to Costa del Sol, we can redo the glam so we can put on our new gear. So I'm just going to open this up, put the new gear on. It's going to look a little funny for a second. And then we're just going to go here and apply the glam plates. Everything looks good again, and we're wearing the best gear we can wear. Voice cat. I gather you solved Brayflox's little problem? By the gods, that unholy stench. This is, definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How is it made? It's best that you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. Okay. So these are not as good as what we have, because now we have the gear from the dungeon, so we're just going to take the silver pieces. Whiskat would like to congratulate you. Bravo, Kit. Thanks to you, our guests shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shaman Lamani. Shamani Lomani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lomani my regards. Okay. To Wineport. So many things to do before we fight Titan. So there is a quest here, Treasures and Tribulations, and so that is the quest where if you're going to be doing treasure maps, you would do that here. we're not going to be doing treasure maps with this character, so I won't bother with it right now. Sweat, grime, and blood. Ah, you reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I'm mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order. Let me guess, a request for the finest vintage I can muster. The paper smells of loam and perfume, Costa del Sol, and there is also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Geruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Drisvesh and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways, but you've no interest in my affairs. You only wish to discuss the wine, I suspect. Yes, this guy is blind. But he's a rather impressive fellow for nonetheless. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of the work, none can deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and Weiskat must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Berugiant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow I doubt that he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to this dude who's gonna tell us to fuck off. But I mean, might as well try. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I am in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. The Nephoites Vintier bid you speak with me. Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you gobby urine than sell you my worst vintage. Begone from my sight. Jesus. What a fucking douche. Alright. I take it he said no. Really, in those words? Well, I cannot say I'm surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsalminsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. Oh, level 49. Nice. Okay. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines. Which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Wineport pardon me, crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh, and was one with all creation. But as all is too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Biraglant to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine, and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the vignerants tending to the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. I like how this quest is called It Won't Work. It's like, it's not gonna work. You can't do it. This is the guy up here. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. Alright, I'm gonna go over here. Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with this stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamn house. Nope. Alright, let's go back to Shamani. No luck, Most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be in part due to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogamoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't till I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me to find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia which once filled me with hope may be forever lost to us. And there's a bunch of high potions of random stuff. So, like, since we're caster, we'll take the intelligence, but we're not likely to use it. Shamani, deep thought. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. Aye, have no fear. I swear that I will find a suitable wine for the banquet, although I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there is a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. And it was there that a man named Drest took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. The wine is my own original creation, and I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Drest sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks, so perhaps Risket can tell you where to find him. So now we go and talk to Risket. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit? Aye, I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I'd say. If you've a mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the Severed String. Alright, let's go look for Dressed. Oh, that's right. Basically, there's a couple ways you can go here. You can go around this way, which is the way we're gonna go, or you can go down and then over towards. None of these guys will aggro. Not even this Fate guy, because I am level 49, so I'm far above 10 levels above them, so. Anyways, we go down over here, and there's Drest's little house. And here's Dressed. What do you want? Here's some wine. Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Okie dokie. Can do that. Well, since we're gonna be fighting stuff, might as well pull my chocobo out back again. Wait, I slayed 5 of them. That's 2. There's more over in this area here. Okay. There's an image swarm. Oh, we got a grass raptor along with it. Oh well. Oh, this guy's killing midge swarms too. There's more, so let's just go over here. There's another one. Okay, and we're done. Let's back and talk to Drust. It's funny, there's so many people doing the same thing as us. They're at the same part in the main story quest. It's kind of like, it's heartening, right? You see people just coming along, doing the same thing you're doing, and you're like, aha, I know why you're here. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others... no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway across the world. I just want to go home. Poor guy. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Last night at Redmont Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine, see? It should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope one day to do the same. Okay. So if you're along here, you want to watch out for these gigantoads because they will grab you with their tongues. And pull you in. But right now, because I'm so high level, I don't need to worry about that. So anyways, we're collecting this palm wine. And just gotta get the last one. And now we're returning to Shamani, so we might as well teleport back up to Wineport. Save us a little bit of time. Hello, Shamani. It has been some time, Kit. What news do you have of Drust? Here's your palm wine. Ah, yes, I recall I did have some knowledge of winemaking. He did have some knowledge of winemaking, a simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Drust and I, 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he's been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Kit. But first... By the gods. Kid, listen, I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Drest's palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Drest found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Back to Drest. Alrighty. And you can follow the map to get back to Drest's house. We're just rolling along. Oh, somebody killed the toad in this little pond. That's okay. He was probably aggroed on somebody. They found him annoying. Hi, Drest. Oh, hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubu tracks though. Maybe the leaves came from vines growing on the back of one such beast? If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gubu are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. That's okay, I can defend myself. Oh, door's here. As I walk into the wall. Catching up to you. I'm passing you. Goodbye. Destination. So we're both gonna get, because this guy's doing the same thing that I'm doing. Oh. Yeah, so you see how we both got them? The way that you can tell which one's yours is it's the one that is in red text, not purple. The purple means it belongs to somebody else. So you just attack the one that's meant for you, and that's it. You can kill it. And let's go back. Oh, we have to go back to Shamani. Let's just teleport. What did Drest have to say, Kit? Tell me everything. Aha! I was right! This smell, this texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could. 12 is my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There is none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Brilliant. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you needn't... Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of this label. This couldn't possibly be... a 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gegaruju will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Kit. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Ah, but do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Vuisket. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Okay, so now we go back to Costa del Sol and talk to what's-his-face again. Oops. Yes. And no. Vuisket. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me, so what of the wine I asked you to bring? Is that 7 hells, a 1547 Bacchus? Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations, Kit. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin. And I got a minion. Little boo-boo sprouting. Yay! You have the look of a woman who has been to the 7th hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in her own honor, and while the shadow of Titan looms over us all, it beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. Lady Y'shtola! Lady Zwan! A 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, ma'am. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now, she must have sensed something was amiss. You don't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare her your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Kit has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten her. Aye, aye, fair is fair. No sense in hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge those would-be godslayers by his own criteria. If even one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. But if she proved herself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you dined to death's Kit with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure. But tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? She's a brave one, that much is certain. She willingly walked into the midst of danger, despite my repeated warnings that it could cost her her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked her prey as relentlessly as any child of the sands, and struck with precision when an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Kit, however, is a kind and generous soul. I am certain she has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at her side. Psst, stock. Why, Uplander is talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe for mighty rockman. I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, Kit Swan, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. I shall. Also, fuck you guys. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend. Kit Swan, Titan's Bane. Kit Swan, Titan's Bane! So I get to eat all the things, all the nummy foods, drink the nummy wine. Gotta go talk to this brown-skinned beauty. Congratulations, sweetling! Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. And now we go and enjoy the exotic feast. Nom 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 nom. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. Damn. That's some good damn food. Alright, now we go around and talk to each of these guys. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond this chamber. His chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Goodly Uplander must be facing many mighty rockmen with clever fighty think. Gobbyflock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Yeah, that's okay. Ah, Kit, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landon'll sends his regards. You are a veteran of countless battles, Kit. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are blessed with a fortitude to rival the Earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. Alright. You are kind to indulge them, Kit. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. Mount speed in eastern Lenosha has increased. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we'll show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lenosha. There you will meet with Riol, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next time, because we're out of time today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to log out right here. I'm going to hop on a mount so that I'm not wasting my time with Belle. And, yeah, we'll call it until next time. So, we'll just post stream it up. And thank you for joining me, for following along as I did my little journey here. And sorry for the trouble at the beginning. But yeah, thanks. Bye.